So we goddamn bombed them. Well, when's the last white people you can remember that we bombed? Can you remember the last white people? You remember any white people we've ever bombed? The Germans. The Germans are the only ones. And the only reason for that is because they were trying to cut in on our action. They wanted to dominate the world. Bullshit. That's our fucking job. That's our fucking job. Now we only bomb brown people. Not because they're trying to cut in on our action, just because they're brown. And you might be noticing I don't feel about that war the way we were told we were supposed to feel about that war, the way we were ordered and instructed by the United States government to feel about that war. See, my mind doesn't work that way. I got this real moron thing I do. It's called thinking. I'm not a really good American because I like to form my own opinions. I don't just roll over when I'm told to. Sad to say, most Americans just roll over on command. Not me. Not me. I have certain rules I live by. My first rule, I don't believe anything the government tells me. And I don't take very seriously the media or the press in this country, who in the case of the Persian Gulf War were nothing more than unpaid employees of the Department of Defense, and who most of the time function as kind of an unofficial public relations agency for the United States government. So don't listen to them. I don't really believe in my country. And I gotta tell you folks, I don't get all choked up about yellow ribbons and American flags. I consider them to be symbols, and I leave symbols to the simple-minded. To me, war is nothing but a whole lot of prick waving, okay? War is just a lot of men standing around in the field waving their pricks at one another. Simple thing, that's all it is. Men are insecure about the size of their dicks, and so they have to go to war over it. That's what all that asshole jock bullshit is all about. That's what all that adolescent macho male posturing and strutting in bars and locker rooms is all about. It's called dick fear. Men are terrified that their pricks are inadequate, and so they have to compete to feel better. And because war is the ultimate competition, basically men are killing one another in order to improve their self-esteem. You don't have to be a history major or a political scientist to see the bigger dick foreign policy theory. It sounds like this. What? They have bigger dicks? Bomb them! And of course, the bombs and the rockets and the bullets are all shaped like dicks. It's a subconscious need to project the penis into other people's affairs. It's called fucking.
Hey, Serena.
As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing in the Persian
George Carlin's the best.
Big prick-waving dick fight. In this particular case, Saddam Hussein had challenged and questioned the size of George Bush's dick. And George Bush has been called a wimp for so long. Wimp rhymes with limp. George has been called a wimp for so long that he has to act out his manhood fantasies by sending other people's children to die. Even the name Bush is related to the genitals without being the genitals. And Bush is a sort of passive secondary sex characteristic. Now, if this man's name had been George Boner, well, he might have felt a little better about himself and we wouldn't have had any trouble over there in the first place. This whole country has a manhood problem. Big manhood problem in the USA. You can tell from the language we use. Language always gives you away. What did we do wrong?
What's up, girl?
We pulled out. Not a very manly thing to do, is it? You're fucking people. You gotta stay in there and fuck them good. Fuck them all the way. Fuck them till the end.
I said, what's up?
Fuck them to death. Stay in there and keep fucking them until they're all dead. We left a few women and children alive in Vietnam, and we haven't felt good about ourselves. why George Bush had to say in the Persian Gulf, "This will not be another Vietnam." He actually used these words, "This time we're going all the way." Imagine an American president using the sexual slang of a 13-year-old to describe his foreign policy.
Where are you from, Serena?
If you want to know what happened in the Persian Gulf, just remember the names of the two men who were running that war, Dick Cheney and Colin Powell. Somebody got fucked in the ass. Now I'd like to talk about a few things that bring us together, okay? Things that emphasize our similarities instead of our differences, which is all you ever hear about in this country, is our differences. It's all I ever talk about. Politicians and the media always pushing the things that separate us, things that make us different. That's the way the ruling class operates in any society. They divide the rest of the people. They keep the lower and the middle classes fighting with each other so that they, the rich, can run off with all the fucking money. Fairly simple thing. Happens to work. Anything that's different about us, you know that's what they're pushing at you. Racial differences, religious, ethnic, national backgrounds, jobs, income, education, social status, sexuality, anything they can do to keep us fighting with each other so that they can keep going to the bank. You know how I describe the economic and social classes in this country? The upper class...
Remember, this is 1992, people.
The middle class pays all of the taxes, does all the work. The poor are there just to scare the shit out of the middle class. Keep them showing up at those jobs. So, in the midst of stirring up the shit myself a little bit from time to time, which I enjoy, I do like knowing I can always come back to those little things that make us all the same. Little moments we share, universal moments, things that are so unimportant to us we hardly ever mention them to each other. Do you ever look at your watch and then you don't know what time it is? So you look again and you still don't know the time. And you look a third time and somebody says, "What time is it?" You say, "I don't know." Do you ever notice how sometimes all day Wednesday you keep thinking it's Thursday? And it happens over and over all day long. And then the next day, you're all right again. Do you ever find yourself standing in one of the rooms in your house and you can't remember why you went in there? And 2 words float across your mind: Alzheimer's disease. You ever been talking to yourself and somebody who's in the room and you have to make believe you were singing? And you hope to God the other person really believes there's a song for "What Does She Think I Am?" some kind of putz. Little experiences we've all had. You ever been sitting in a railroad train in a station and there's another train sitting right next to you? And one of them starts to move and you can't tell which one it is? How about when you're out on a small boat on a windy day? You ever been out on a little boat windy day, rough waters, rocking back and forth, trying to keep your balance in a little boat, and you get back into the shore and you get on the dock, and you can swear there was something inside you that was still out there running around. You ever try to pick up a suitcase you thought was full, but it wasn't? And you go, "Ooh." After just a split second, you feel really strong. How about looking through a chain link fence? Do you ever notice if you're just the right distance from a chain link fence, sometimes it seems to go, "What is that? How do they do that?" Do you ever try to tell somebody to have a little bit of dirt on their face? You can never get them to rub the right spot, can you? So a little bit of dirt right here. They always go, "Where? Here?" And you just want to slap the bastard.
Slap the bastard.
Right in your eye. Do you ever notice how awful your face looks in a mirror in a restroom that has fluorescent lights? Every cut, scrape, scratch, scar, scab, bruise, boil, bump, pimple, zit, wart, welt, and abscess you've had since birth. all seem to come back at the same time. And all you can think of is, I gotta get the fuck out of here before they think I really look like this. This is not my real face. Do you ever notice when you're walking with your arm around your date, sometimes one of you has to change the way you're walking? Men and women don't walk the same. One of them has to change. Either the man has to walk like this, or the woman has to walk like this. How about when you're walking up a flight of stairs and you think there's one more step? And then you have to kind of keep doing that, you know? So all the other people will think it's something you do all the time. I do this all the time. It's the third stage of syphilis. Same thing happens when you're going down the stairs. You can swear there was one more step. Holy shit. My hips are in my chest. When you drink grapefruit juice in the morning, do you go? I do too. Why do we drink it? It's like ice cream throat. You know when you've been eating ice cream real fast and you get that frozen spot on the back of your throat? And there's nothing you can do about it because you can't reach it to rub it. You just have to kind of wait for it to go away. And it does. Then what do? Eat more ice cream. Oh, he's fucking stupid. Did you ever wake up in the late afternoon? Sorry. Did you ever go to sleep in the late afternoon, wake up after dark, and you don't know what goddamn day it is? And you think, maybe it's yesterday. How about when you're lying with your head on the pillow? Do you ever notice when you have your head on the pillow, if you close the bottom eye, the pillow is down there. And if you switch your eyes, the pillow moves up top. Holy shit, baby, look at this. The mystery of the moving pillow. I think it's related to the chain link fence mystery. Did you ever have to sneeze while you're taking a piss? It's frightening, isn't it? It's frightening because actually you can't do it. It's physically impossible to sneeze while pissing. Your brain will let it happen. Your brain says, stop pissing! You're going to sneeze now! Because your brain knows you might blow your asshole out.